You want to be talked through it?
Yeah, what's this hook we got here, John?
This one's a 2X, 2XH, 3XL.
Is that your favorite?
No, just a hook I could come up with.
So
Little longer shank, like a 9/672 length. I'm taking some of this poly yarn for the. I use calf tail, also colored calf tail. I'll use this poly yarn. Widow's web, similar to that.
and this
Widow's
is the,
web.
and this is the post.
Mm-hmm.
How did you come up with this fly?
Came up with this fly in the early 80s, and I had it unnamed for years. Came up with it when I was fishing the Blackfoot River with a huge royal wolf. And I was fishing over by Johnswood, just pasting fish left and right, 10 to 12 inches, it was fun. Just nailing a bunch. And all of a sudden, I lost my hackle, kept fishing it. It worked pretty good. And then the peacock started to unravel and shoot out to elongate the body. So if you looked at underneath, you'd see, hey, there's a lot of peacock in there. So you get, it added all that length of the peacock onto it, so it was about that big.
Yeah.
So I went home and said, man, it worked a lot better when it was torn apart. I went home and figured out, I'm going to try to make something. So I went home and just immediately came up with the BugMeister. Had it, and I said, there's one with the peacock on the body.
So the peacock underwing, is that what you're talking about?
Peacock for the body too.
For the body and underwing.
And underwing.
So when it came unraveled,
it unraveled. That was
the
part
underwing.
of the body and underwing. It went past the wings. Of course, it was a royal wolf, so it didn't have. It just had the upright wings. But that's how I came up with it, and tied them in purple and everything. And then a little after that, I came up with every fly under the sun mayfly pattern. So I had purple burgundies, purple olives, purple yellows, purple mahogany. And I'd just call them whatever color they were.
Yeah.
Parachute purple, parachute mahogany, and then moose tail, elk tail. Sometimes then showed it to Tucker Lamberton, one of the guides. He took that pattern, showed it to Andy Carlson. A couple years later, Andy Carlson, with that exact same fly, started calling it the purple haze. And there's all different types of versions of purple hazes though right now.
yeah.
But every color under the sun that Doug Brewer came up with dubbing, and purple, whatever color he made under the sun, I just call it parachute purple, parachute mahogany, no
Yeah.
fancy name or anything. But I like the name Purple Haze that Andy tied because I just like that name. Andy was in the Navy and in Vietnam, so he can come up with good names.
And
Okay, I'm taking 4 or 5. That's Andy Carlson.
Yeah. Absolutely.
4 or 5, and putting them in here, wrapping like that. I'll go slightly slow for you there. So I got 4 or 5, sometimes 3, 4, 5. I take that. Sometimes I put an elk tail on, but it's not that necessary. I'm taking that, bringing this up, moving that up, bringing that up to the front a few times to secure it. Bringing this back. And boom, I got part of that underwing. I want more underwing, so I take the little bit of that still in there, tie it. And like I said earlier, it doesn't matter, if one side is unbalanced with more peacock or anything. Do that. Tight end, it's fairly secure. I use different, I use this thread because this is what I had on. I usually use a purple thread or black thread rather than this, but it's so small, the head is so small, it really doesn't matter to me. Okay, now this is Mr. Elk, cow elk, and gets a nice chunk of that. Cut at the base, hold the tip ends, get rid of the bad stuff. Turn it, display that. Put them into hair stacker. You can put baby powder in here so it won't stick, because sometimes it sticks. There we go. Broken end removed. Measure like that. That looks about good. Pinch it, butt to butt, right angle. Leave a little for tie-in. See that? Come down here, rest that butt. The butt of your fingers forms a butt. Rest that, splay it out just a bit, lightly, then come back, tighter, lighter. Make it nice and secure. Bring it up, and I like to splay it out a bit. Time. Come up here, give another security wrap up here for a sock. Move him up on the hook. Take 2-3 strands of this, more peacock. Place it right there. Come up here, back wrapped and secure. Take a hackle. Some of the fuzz. This is the stem of this is going to be slightly stiff. I'm going to tie that in, long stem. Bring that up. Sock it some more. See how I'm putting it around?
Mm-hmm.
Secure it. Bring this guy forward. Mr. Scissors. Cut it just a bit. Do a little half hitch so it doesn't come on loose while I tie. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Bring him down just a bit. Take this. I kind of like to walk him up a bit. I tie up for a bit, a few times. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Go below, wiggle. As I wrap, kind of wiggle it in between. See that? And I move the post around so I can dig under each side.
Yeah.
So that the hackle goes in. I come up here, pinch this, boom, tie that off. That's still going. Bring that up. That. And get Mr. Half Hitch. Pull everything back. Boom. Now I take this guy and give him a little haircut, splay it out, look at it from underneath. That's what it looks like from underneath. This is what it looks like up on top, but he needs a little bit of haircut. Take this. Now if this was calf tail post or anything, I would not cut the top. I would just let it go have a natural top, but I kind of splay that out. When I glue it, well, let's glue it. Just so you see. So, put a drop of glue right there. He's in. Turn around. That's all.
Perry BugMeister
Yep. Let it. Yeah.
from John Perry himself.
Yeah. And then I tie them in. I tie Congo Meisters, very similar, and I use this with elk too. But this, you know, you use Flagra or jet fuel or mucilin on it, and that's purple. So a lot of magazines you'll see the BugMeister as in purple. It's really that pattern is really the purple transformer. And I've had the transformers since the late 80s too, and just recently somebody created the exact same pattern. Starts calling it a different name. 3 years ago. It's, that looks familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it, buddy.
All right. Good job, John.
Yes, sir. Do I get a candy bar now?
Don't have any candy for you.